But all this stuff, fuck all the individual awards. The awards has to go to the UFC. The UFC should take every award, every media member, every single person in mixed martial arts, anyone who does a podcast, anyone who does any hosting gigs, anyone around the fight world should be bowing down to the UFC because they figured it out against all odds to continue to give you fights that you can talk about, that you can break down, post-fight analysts, pre-fight analysts, all that stuff. They made it so you get a paycheck. So anyone criticizing them, just leave. Just get out of the sport. It doesn't make sense. How can you criticize them? They gave you a platform. They figured it out with Fight Island and the Performance Center, the UFC, Vegas, the institute there. They figured out a way to continue to make fights safely. No one got hurt. No one got sick. Great fights all year long. They figured it out, man. And you schmucks, you media schmucks, hate on Dana, hate on the UFC, yet you do the pre-fight, post-fight, fight analysts, focus on this fighter, doing all this shit. Bitch, you wouldn't have a job if you didn't figure it out. And you're going to criticize them? It doesn't make sense. You would have no job. You wouldn't have a platform. No one give a fuck if they weren't continuing to do fights. So you got to pay respect, even if you're wrong. All those media members going, oh, people are going to die and this is reckless. Shut up. You got a job. You're getting a paycheck. You're getting a paycheck. You'd have nothing else to do. You have nothing else going on. Oh, the NFL, what are they going to do? The risking college football, what are we gonna? They figured it out. You got a job. You're able to do pre-show, post-show, during the game, all that shit. Shut up. Shut up. It worked out. They figured it out. You're wrong. Everybody's wrong. All right, that's cool. Take your hits, move on. You got a paycheck because those guys didn't go like the rest of the sheep. They carried on. They figured out a way to get it done. And you got to bow down to that. So, listen, there's no individual awards here. Fighter of the Year, Fighters of the Year would be Figueiredo and Kevin Holland. Outside that, I don't give a flying fuck. There's a bunch of great fights this year from females and males. There's great fights this in 2020, but all the awards should go to the UFC. Every single award should go to the UFC and Dana White and the brass. The entire circus that is the UFC, figuring out Fight Island, figuring out the UFC fights in Vegas at the Performance Institute. Every single one of them that helped out with that and got it done in the COVID testing, all of them should get an award. Every one of them should get a bonus. UFC didn't lay off a single employee. Some fighters got cut. That's the nature of the business. But as far as employees, nobody lost their job. Nobody took budget cuts. How do you not respect that? It's insane. It's insane. So going in 2021, it's going to be a big fucking year for fighting, man. Not only boxing, Bellator has some huge fights coming up. UFC has some big fights coming up. 2021 looking real drippy, man. You got Neil Magny versus your boy now.
Yeah, Michael Chiesa.
Chiesa, who is my dark horse of the division. That guy's big for the division, all the skill set. Tough fight for Neil Magny. I'd assume he's an underdog there. And then you have Max Holloway, tried to move on from the Volkanovski shit versus our boy Calvin Kadar. If you haven't seen that food truck, he talks about how his plan was to fight Max Holloway next, and it came to fruition. So shout out to the Winter Hill gang boys, the Boston boys, getting it done. Getting it done, man. That camp's fucking crushing it right now. With Rob Font, Calvin Kadar, those boys are finally getting recognition, and they've been putting in work.
Yeah.
If you don't like Rob Font, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Look into it. He's a fucking monster. Ridiculous boxing. Calvin Cater's right-hand man, too. For Calvin Cater fighting Max Holloway, not an easy task at all. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of Max Holloway we get as well.
And that's going to be the first one that's on ABC because they're moving to ABC, too.
Ooh, that's on ABC, like mainstream ABC?
Yeah, network television.
Wow. And it's going to be Max Holloway, Calvin?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm so curious to see what kind of numbers that gets. According to MMA Junkie, the UFC's January 16 fight event will air on ABC Network instead of ESPN channels or ESPN Plus streaming service. No reason for why this happening. Will be because they like money, dude. Speculation has already begun surrounding exactly what the reasons could be.
So I saw that too, and it's this podcast over here. I think it's the body lock, and then they're saying this right here. This guy Auger.
Auger says that this news indicates that Disney is extremely happy with the ESPN deal and is betting big on the UFC. Yeah, no shit, dude. Disney owns ABC, and the move suggests they're going all in on the UFC. Yeah, I mean, look at the numbers, dude. Look at the numbers they put in COVID. Disney's starting to appear like the real permanent home for the UFC, even beyond the currently contracted deal. Yeah, how could they not be just stoked about it? You look at every other sports ratings have fucking tanked. NFL's kind of kicking ass too, though. There's some great college football on too, man. Those BCS games. Kevin, you a college football fan? The main bowl games, yeah. My Buffs got fucking stomped against Texas, but whatever. That Texas coach got fired. Yeah, they got a ways to go, but it's fun watching Alabama. I also got big money on Ohio State over Alabama, so see how that goes. I think they're +8 on some betting sites. I think DraftKings, which is the only one that matters, has them at +7. I like those odds. How about fucking Sweeney for Clemson? He's like, they're ranked 11. They didn't play enough games. You talked all that shit and fired them boys up. You know goddamn well they have more talent than you. And you give them poster board material, and they stomp that ass. They beat the shit out of them. Beat the shit out of them. Love to see it. So, back to UFC. So, you had Neil Magny, Chiesa, I think is the correct pronunciation of his name.
They don't put it in the right order though. So that one's on the 20th. Holloway is on 16th.
Way to go, UFC.com.
I know. Their website has always been weird.
It's always a shit. Like to be such a big company, I love when they have a main event and the guy's just a black logo. It's like, okay. No one could find a picture off the internet and put it in there. No one wanted to take the time. Who's running it?
Cyborg didn't have a picture for the longest time.
For the longest.
Yeah.
So Holloway versus Calvin is Saturday, January 16th.
16th.
I wonder if Rogan's going to work, though, since it's ABC.
I would imagine so. That's a big deal.
Khabib number 1, John Jones number 2, Stylebender number 3, Stipe 4, Usman 5, Volkanovski 6, Poirier 7.
That's why it was so weird. That's why we're talking about this website.
The website's just a real shit. It's just a real. It's just like
just not the best.
Yeah, I don't know who runs it, man. Yeah. But you think ESPN's like, hey, whoever does the website, you got to do better, man. ABC's like, your website's a shit show. Your website is a complete fucking shit show. So you're gonna have Holloway, Cater, and they come out on ABC. Big boy moves. Yeah. What's that card look like?
Got it right here.
Is it stacked?
Let's see.
It has to be good fights because ABC. So you're getting the generals.
So this is the announced ones, and these are the ones that are for sure.
Scroll up. Let me see the for sure ones.
Oh, it's just those right here.
Oh. There's one thing worse than the UFC websites, Wikipedia and fights.
I love Wikipedia.
Kind of. It's a little off typically.
Yeah.
Nick Lentz, Mike Grundy's good one. Patanibio's back versus your boy Jangalang. That's a great fight. Ooh, Joaquin Buckley. Fuck yeah. Ricky Simon. All right. Nothing that's going to blow the commons back.
Oh, that's another current event too. Ricky Simone. He's supposed to fight Brian Kelleher, your boy. Brian Boom Kelleher.
Yeah, I love Brian.
And I guess he had like a positive COVID test.
Brian did?
So yeah. So it's going to be either postponed or...
How about my son had to get a COVID test today?
To get back to school?
He's 5. He's 5. Yeah, they're all worried. Thanks, Newsom. They're all worried about kids getting it now. Evidence doesn't show that. UFC.com, you see they don't have the rest of the card on there? If you click on it, Holloway Cater.
Okay. They'll show some of them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Akhmadov. Tom Breeze, that's fun. Breeze is fully bodied up. MV, Jesus Christ. All right. Zawada, that's a good fight. All like good fights, but yeah, interesting. For ABC, you think they would fucking stack that thing?
I will say that the main event is probably like the main reason why, though. Because it's a sick main event.
Of course. Remember when UFC first went to mainstream TV, Fox? It was Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez. Everyone was so crunk for the fight, and it lasted like 38 seconds. JDS hit him behind the ear. Everyone was like, God damn it. Worst case scenario for them.
Yeah.
It makes them stars though. That's great for Max Holloway and Calvin. Whoever wins that, man, that's big time. Let me see the big boy, Poirier versus McGregor. You have money on this fight too. Obviously, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a gambling degenerate. Also off of whiskey. Taking the month off till
Really?
my shows in Texas from whiskey.
Starting today?
No, I started yesterday.
Oh shit.
Usually me and my girl watch Love Island season 6, shot season 6 UK, and I drink a shit ton of whiskey, but not last night, nothing. Nothing. Not drinking diet soda, nothing.
Wait, so are you done with alcohol for a month or just whiskey?
Alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, just alcohol. Just give my liver a rest for a month.
Okay. That's pretty. I don't think I've ever done that. A month off.
No? Do it.
I should
with
probably
me.
try. Yeah.
Yeah, try it with me.
Yeah, I don't
I'm sure
think
your girl wouldn't
I'm
mind.
not ready yet.
Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, ridiculous fight. Jessica Calderwood, fun fight. Roundtree, I think that might be his last one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Retiring.
He said he wanted to.
Marcin, that's a very tough fight for Roundtree. Rodriguez, Ribas, not mad at Ribas. Brad Tavares, Carlos Jr. Okay, say what?
Matt Frivola.
Ooh, Burgos is a great fight. Burgos versus Hakeem's an amazing fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good card. Ooh. God
That's
damn, I didn't see this. When they announced this?
It became official, I think, literally today or yesterday. Yeah.
God
yesterday today.
Damn, what a great co-main event. Chandler versus Hooker? I would have never guessed that
I didn't think
Hooker would be the first fight for Chandler.
Exactly. It's a badass fight.
Because if you remember, Chandler was on Food Truck. He said, Connor, Gaethje, Tony. Interesting. You said, yeah, that's cool. Here's Dan Hooker, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want to do? Cool story, bro. Here's Dan Hooker. Big opportunity for Dan Hooker.
And we win watching it.
So curious how Chandler's going to do. I love Chandler. I also love Hooker. That's a great fucking fight. Wow. And then, UFC is charging more for their pay-per-views now.
Yep, 64 to 69 now.
God dang, UFC.